Welcome to the Football Talk Show, episode 4. We've got a good one. Tottenham Hotspur involved.
Oh, God.
Southampton, West Brom, Wolves.
And the Hammers.
West Ham.
Right, a bit of hammering, don't you, once in a while?
Right, okay, let's get started. Right, so Southampton first. Ralph Hasselhoff is his name, right?
No.
David Hasselhoff.
I actually don't know how to pronounce his name.
Hazelhütten, isn't it?
Hasselhütten.
Makes him sound German. Is
It is German.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Is it Hazelhütten? Yeah, it's
We do have some
Sorry for
knowledge
the-
of football. I do
sorry for the
apologise.
German
Our
people
host
that are
is just
watching.
specifically
Southampton,
stupid.
Kyle Walker-Peters. Good luck, son. Great defender. Going to a good team, going to get first team football. But you're going to go more in depth. So, Shane, with his in-depth knowledge,
I wouldn't say
Fire
in-depth
away.
knowledge, but I think Southampton are one of those teams that can push on. And, they've got a great manager. Their high press style of football was pretty good last season. They gave United a real test at Old Trafford. I like their squad. They've added a centre-back, Salsui, from Valladolid in Spain. Very, very good centre-back. Kyle Walker-Peters, 4.5 million on fantasy football. Solid right back. Yeah, I think they're in the right direction. Player to watch, I think, for them, from a dream team perspective, Danny Ings, all day long. 8.5 million. How can you even... He's one of the top scorers last season, and
Yeah.
if they score, he scores.
where do you see him finishing?
I'm going 10th. I actually think mid-table finish for Southampton. I think they'll do much better than last season.
Gogs?
Yeah, I think the best thing that happened for them last season was getting smashed 9-0 by us. I mean
No,
the best.
it's a wake-up call.
It was literally they were going free fall, and I think if it wasn't for them getting absolutely smashed by us, I think they could have got relegated. They could have been, but they were out of form. And from that moment there, they were like, okay, we need to regroup on next one. And they had an excellent finish to the season. They're a really good team, and you're right. Danny Ings, 22 goals last season, right? 22 goals for an Englishman. Only one Englishman finished above him. Vardy. Yes, I got that one in as well, people. But no, I think they'll be a really consistent team again this season, and I'm going for a 10th finish as well. A 10th with a cheeky cup run, maybe a semi-final FA Cup. I think they've got it in for them. I like their manager. He's relatively young. I like the way they play football. They play some really good football. So yeah, Danny Ings, my man. I think he'll do the job. Forget about this Kyle Walker-Peters nonsense. He's from bloody Spurs. He'll generally bottle it.
You know what? I actually think Kyle Walker-Peters is very valued. I think he's a very, very good right back. And I think
How much is he this season?
4.5 million.
4.5 million.
And I think he's going to...
He's going to be starting. He's a regular starter.
He did so well last season.
He'll be a regular starter.
I mean, Rashford had a bad run towards the end of the season, but he kept Rashford relatively quiet in that game.
Let's be honest, not different.
Yeah.
Mate.
Alright, I'll give my opinion on Southampton. I think they play good quality football. I think they've got a solid team. Like you said, that 9-0 made a difference to their season. They recovered well from that. Could have gone either way. They could have gone pre-fall like Norwich and gone down. I think Kyle Walker-Peters is honestly a good buy at 4.5 million.
No,
He'll get a few
to be
assists.
fair, all jokes aside, I think that's probably a decent shout.
Even their keeper, McCarthy, he's only 4.5 million. For a number one
And
goalkeeper.
I think they'll keep a number of clean sheets.
And
At
they're
least
running-
10 to 12 clean sheets in the season.
And their running's not bad either.
Good.
At the start of the season, their running's pretty good.
Alright, let's get on. You see this is going to be happening a lot. Lifting the cup.
Mug, yeah.
Lifting the cup
Mugs.
all season long. Going to be happening.
Have you seen All or Nothing yet?
No.
It should just be
keep,
called-
keep talking.
No,
Alright,
it
let's
should,
go,
it
go,
should
go,
just be
go.
called.
keep talking. Everyone's trying to avoid me getting in.
I know,
Right.
but
It's
All or
fine.
Nothing, it should be called Nothing, because you won nothing. Absolutely nothing. You won the Tesco Valley Cup, boys, 2 seasons ago. That's why
Audi Cup winners.
Huh?
We won the Audi Cup recently.
The Audi Cup is in the same bracket as the Community Shield, and David
Have you
Moyes
seen
won that in
Audis
his
yet?
first season
Have
at
you seen
Manchester
Audi
United.
Audi?
David Moyes in 7 months. Let's clarify. Mikel Arteta's won 2 trophies in such a short period of time.
Yep.
The last trophy Spurs won of any relevance was 12 years ago. Let me run
And that was
through
a
some-
League Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Carabao Cup, Worthington Cup, whatever you want to call it, whatever's being rented at as the point. Let me go into some more details. I apologise, Spurs, Leicester have got some history there.
Thank you.
But let me give you some stats. Most players who leave Tottenham leave to win trophies. Let me run through. Berbatov, Carrick, even their hero Sheringham left to go win trophies. Robbie Keane left Tottenham at the age of ridiculously old to go to America, and he won more trophies there than he did at Tottenham. Let me tell you straight, you go to Tottenham to be forgotten. Darren Anderton, Raul Fox, Stephen Carr, Eric Torsved, Ian Walker, no one remembers them.
What a shell that is.
Sol Campbell was another one who specifically left Spurs because they do not know how to win trophies.
Moving on, Gogs.
No.
You've
You've had your opportunity.
He's in free flow. Let him go. I like it.
At the end of the day, You go to Spurs not to win anything. You go to Spurs because one, Daniel Levy talked to your previous club and got a great deal for you. Two, eventually you'll get a bigger club and a better club to move to. And three, it's a waste of time being at Spurs. You're not going to win anything. So let me ask you a question as a Spurs fan.
Be careful with the equipment over there.
Don't worry about the equipment. I'm still going. I'm still free-flowing. So, Mourinho, serial winner, wins trophies everywhere he goes.
Right. Can I just confirm this? This is only coffee that he's drinking?
Oh yeah. I've been holding back. I let the Varchester jokes come in on episode 3. The link in the description below. Now it's my turn to go on this guy. So, Mourinho, serial winner, wins trophies everywhere he goes. Right?
We need 2 meter
No.
distances.
Don't worry. Don't worry about COVID.
No.
You should be worrying about me right now.
Yeah,
So Mourinho wins trophies everywhere he goes.
correct.
Yeah. What if he doesn't win a trophy at Spurs?
He will.
No. I'm not asking you, do you think he will? I'm asking you, what if he doesn't? Do you think Harry Kane should
Have
stay?
you watched the Amazon documentary?
I'm not, apparently it's bollocks.
It's all or nothing, but they've won nothing, so it's just called nothing.
It just started.
Eh?
It's just the start.
That was last
the
season, mate.
beginning.
Mate.
So
you
to
are-
summarise, where do you see Spurs finishing, and who is your fantasy football player?
I'm not finished, actually. I'm going to keep going. So
That's what she said.
Not to him, anyway.
No, definitely not.
Let me run through their transfers so far. They bought Joe Hart. No one wanted Joe Hart. Even Burnley didn't want Joe Hart. But all right, Spurs want to take him as a backup. That's great managerial decision there, mate. Højbjerg, 1 year left on his contract, £20 million. Great bit of business there for a guy who even Munich didn't want.
Man, you find lecturing me on great business.
Okay.
Did
But we're not talking about United.
Did
we're talking about
Maguire's fee come with add-ons like bail and a tag fee?
We've spent millions. We've spent millions. But we've won
Listen.
trophies. In the last 12 years, we've spent millions. I can give you the figures. But we've got a trophy cabinet full of stuff. We don't have to ask Harry Kane to rent a trophy to put it in our cabinet. Because that's what Spurs do. They ask
Harry
Kane.
Kane won the World Cup Golden Boot.
An individual trophy. Not a team trophy. And he's referring to an England team, not a Tottenham team.
Listen, you need to summarise now. Where are they going to finish? And
Mate,
which player?
I speak for most fans. No one cares where Spurs are going to finish. And in terms of players, mate, there's no point of having a Spurs player.
I
Because barring
think-
Harry Kane,
I think-
there's no one going to get you points.
I think as a neutral here,
Up next.
No, I'll do my input. I think as a neutral, you should have a little bet like we did.
Yeah.
So who's going to finish higher and all that malarkey. And I think obviously you have to wear United top for a day as well.
No, not United top. I don't want United fans having to see him in a United top. You can wear an Arsenal top, and you can wear it where I tell you to
that's
go.
a better shout. That is.
What the hell? Why are you going in on Spurs? Who's your player you're going to buy?
Oh, player I'm going to buy.
Yeah,
Nobody.
Let me have a think.
Harry Kane.
Well, duh, he's the only one who gets you points.
At least you admit it. God, you're up next.
Okay.
Oh, another one who's going to go in on him. Go
God.
ahead. Third in a 2-horse race. Da 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 da. Yeah,
I thought it was
carry
my
on. Yeah, go on then.
Yeah. Pipe down me.
All right.
Pipe down way longer. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think Shane said it for all of us. No one really cares. All or nothing. It should be called nothing. But ultimately, on their day, they're a good team. They play some decent football, but I think under Mourinho, they've lost some of that zip about them. But when Kane's a new team, as much as I dislike him, ex-Leicester legend, not. Not Leicester legend. He'll always get you goals. But for me, it's got to be Son. Got 11 goals and 10 assists last season. He's the only player in Spurs' team that I would like in my team, and I think. I just like him as the way he plays football, his persona. He can actually speak better English than Harry Kane, which is great. Harry Kane, yeah. Look at you getting so angry, I love it. So for me, it's Son, and I think they'll finish. I'm going to go with 7th.
All right.
You were 25 when Spurs won the last
Now,
trophy.
the truth.
25.
Let's talk the truth, right? Tottenham, fantastic football club. Play with style.
I bet if we
Play
walked
with
away.
Hang on, it's my go. It's
What
my
style
go.
are you referring to?
I bet
Under
you-
Pochettino? Because there was style there.
Mourinho has come to win. He doesn't care about the style. He's gonna.
But
make
you just
them-
said you like their style. Now you
No.
don't care about their style.
We historically have
Which
been a
one is it?
fantastic style club. If you watch All or Nothing,
I don't
leave
want to
the
watch.
nothing bit
No,
out.
I don't
All
want,
is
I don't
coming.
want to
the
watch.
glory days are coming
Oh.
back.
All you've done is to
Watch
copy
it.
Liverpool do a program 6 years
Will
ago.
you let
Watch
me-
his 3 episodes. I think all of a sudden Spurs are all.
Right, we've got the best striker in the world at our club.
Disagree.
Harry
Whoa.
Kane. Hang on.
Disagree,
Hang on,
disagree.
hang on. Harry Kane.
Well, better
is
than
the
Messi and
best
Ronaldo.
striker. Yeah.
If you're basing it
I
on
would
goals,
take both of them for Harry Kane.
if you're basing it on goals, Danny Ings and Jamie Vardy scored more goals than Kane.
What are you on about? Harry Kane scored the most goals ever. He's just like a serial goal
And those
scorer.
individual trophies are sitting nicely
Yeah,
in his house.
No.
But when you're taking 30 shots. When you're taking 30 shots a game, you should be scoring.
Yeah,
one
Andy
goal.
Cole used to do that. His record was shit.
It's my turn to inform the public about how amazing Spurs are and why you should pick up their dream team.
They're not winning anything, so it's nothing.
Right. So, Jose Mourinho, tactical genius. Genius. He will find a way to win. First half season he's had, performance was actually quite good. If it was based around when he took over, we would have finished fourth.
Technically, he's had more than half a season.
So to clarify, he would have finished one place lower than Pochettino did.
No, hang on. No Kane, no Son, he was injured. Sissoko was injured. He actually performed miracles to get us where we were.
Didn't Pochettino get to the Champions League final without Kane? Because he had Llorente playing up front against City and Llorente playing
I didn't say Pochettino was a bad manager.
Okay.
But he couldn't take us to that next level to win the trophies. Mourinho is going to do that.
To be fair, that's probably one thing I'm going to agree with him. He is a serial winner.
Oh,
he wins stuff wherever he goes.
This was never the question.
I don't think he'll win the Premier League with them.
This is his hardest job.
He may win a cup. Maybe.
No, I think this is his hardest job, and I don't think people really appreciate how tough it is. He's got wherever he's gone before, it's not been as competitive as it is in the Premiership right now. Chelsea are spending money. Arsenal have spent money. City are going to spend money, and if City get Messi, you may as well call it quits on most trophies.
He took over United when they were,
and he did a fantastic job. But he
won
had
three
Pogba,
trophies.
he had Pogba, Lukaku, Martial, an informed Mkhitaryan, who was actually
players at Spurs.
Run me through the list. Run me through the list.
That's saying most of that team got to the Champions
Barring
League final.
Son and Kane, I do not see any of those players
It's
getting
a solid
into
team.
team.
It's a solid team. If you look, he's now bought Doherty and Højbjerg. That will create that. Doherty on the right side.
Doherty
I admit, I understand that. Doherty is a great buy. Value for money, 28 years old, not an issue.
He's out to prove
But
you don't need money.
Eric Dyer.
Okay, I'll throw this question out to both of you. Would you spend £18 million on Maguire, or was it 14? Was it 14 million? 15 million on Doherty. Which one's gonna give you the best value for money?
Yeah. Who's gonna have less prison time?
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So
alright, I'm gonna summarise. Let me summarise. We're gonna move on to the next team. Right. Harry Kane.
Maguire, 80
Harry
million,
Kane.
I'd rather get.
Harry Kane is the purchase. Has to be fantasy football must have. He's gonna bang in hat tricks everywhere, and Tottenham finish fourth. Right. Next team.
Delusional.
We're gonna go
Delusional.
Is it West Ham?
West Brom.
West Bromwich Albion next.
Ooh.
Gogs' father supports them, so he has some insight into it. Gogs, you're up first.
Yes, my dad is a West Brom fan. He tried to make me support West Brom when I was growing up. Thankfully, I didn't.
Would you class them as your second team?
Fuck no. Sorry.
Alright, so a couple of people, one person at work asked me this. No, it's not a second team then. Do you have a second team?
What, in the Premier League?
Anywhere.
Barcelona wouldn't be my second team. But not in the Premier League. No. If I had to support anyone in the Premier League for next season, it would be West Brom, just because of my dad.
Not Spurs, because of...
Fuck them as well. But no, I think West Brom, if they do some really, really good signings, they have the ability to stay up. Mateus Pereira, I think he'll be their star man. 14 assists last season in the Championship. Decent. What they've got to do though is not go a bit of free fall like they did in the Championship. They should have won that. They should have won the Championship
comfortably. They were well ahead.
They kind of did that's the only thing me and my dad had in common last season. Both our teams kind of went a bit of free fall.
I think annoying. West Brom was more inconsistency, so they'd have like a couple of good runs and then they'd lose, but then keep up with them.
Then they lost randomly to like the lower teams, which it shouldn't be. Yeah. But I think if they get they've got a good manager in Bilic. He's got Premier League know-how, and I think for them, if they could finish 17th, that'd be a good season for them. I think they'll take that all day.
All right, Shane.
West Brom. I think it was important they kept a strong backbone. They have to a certain extent with, I think it's Kyle Bartley and Hegazi at the back. They've got Sam Johnson, a former United keeper. He's a good, solid keeper. They've got creativity as well, Pereira, and if they get Diagana from West Ham, I think there's a medical today or tomorrow for him. So if he
they've still got Charlie Austin.
Yeah. He wasn't getting much game time towards the end of
the
season.
But if you want a goal,
he's not a bad shot.
He's still got 10 goals. That's 10, 11 goals last season or something like that.
He's a good shout. But
yeah, age is not on his side, but if you want some goals, stick him on the 70th minute, you need some goals.
I think for me, West Brom are a relegation candidate. I think I actually see them hitting, not bottom, because I had that down at Fulham, I think. So I'm going to go 18th. I think they're going to hit down. Player to watch, I think Mateus Pereira is obviously.
I hope not, because West Brom, hands down, is the best away day ever. Because you get to go to the Vine, but Burgers at West Brom, brilliant as well.
Food.
Yeah,
always
food and drink. But no, West Brom, if you ever get a chance, anybody, go to West Brom away. The best away day ever.
They can come watch us next season at Football Aid. Me and Gogs are going to be playing at West Brom next season, hopefully.
Yep.
In a charity game. Okay, for me, I think West Brom are going down. I don't think.
My dad's not going to be happy with you.
He's not. But I just think.
I think you'd be barred from my house.
I don't see them investing properly. Right now, they've not invested much, and I just think there's too much quality in the Premiership.
But then again, United not investing much. Leicester not investing much, but you can't say naturally be.
But they already had that existing quality. In
Sheffield United is like the same position as West Brom. You can't just say because you don't invest in much. Villa, look how much we've gone over ground. Villa spent 120 million last season,
and they barely survived. But my argument is
survived.
Sheffield United had a great season because they had a tactical difference to the games that we used to see. They played a certain way.
West Brom,
I only see Slaven Bilic playing one way. I only see West Brom playing to a certain extent. Were you trying to use the creativity they have? And I just
West Brom play some good free-flowing football. When they're on it, they're on it. But when they're losing to bloody hell,
it's that inconsistent. You can't be.
When they're losing to like the likes of Birmingham and Stoke last season.
Hegazi for me is the player. Next team, we're going on to West Ham.
West Ham. So West Ham, I think, are going to be a very, very much a Southampton style team. They're getting better under Moyes. I think they're apparently linked with Said Benrahma from Brentford. If they get him in with Jared Bowen and Mikel Antonio,
Yeah, it's about 25-30 million. They've been quoted.
I think that's a solid attacking lineup.
The thing with him. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's fine.
I wanted him at Leicester, but in the Championship last season, he kind of got found out in the big games. Big games he went missing. In the Premier League, every game's a big game, and you can't be spending £30 million on a person that's not going to show up.
Poor man's Mahrez.
I wouldn't.
All right.
Again, I think West Ham on paper are still pretty good. If they can keep hold of Declan Rice and they've already got a decent enough defence.
Declan Rice. Someone on Twitter was saying the other day that Declan Rice is better than Kante.
I wouldn't go that far.
No,
He's better on the ball, I would say. He's better at passing, but defensively,
You can't put them in the same sentence.
But player to watch for me. So West Ham have got about 11th. Player to watch,
11th,
Thomas Souček at 5 million.
Yes.
If you're not looking at Thomas Souček as a bargain basement buy in your midfield, you obviously have an array of talent. You know something that we don't. But Thomas Souček got 3 goals after lockdown. Very, very good at
Yeah. West Ham. Not a fan of West Ham, to be fair, but the only thing that I do like about him is Karen Brady's daughter because she is hot. Sorry, Sophia, if you're watching. Or not sorry. But West Ham, I think their main man again is going to be Antonio, isn't it?
6.5 million.
6.5 million, got 10 goals, and I think 6 of them were in lockdown.
Yeah, has to be him.
With all fairness, though, 4 of those were against Norwich.
Has to be him.
But he was the player in form in lockdown.
Yeah.
But then you got the other ones like Sebastian Haller. How well is he going to do this season?
Yeah, his
first proper season. I think a person like him came from Germany, didn't he?
Yeah, Frankfurt when he was
came from Germany, and I think
George.
there was a lot of pressure on the first season. But I think he could chip in with some decent goals, at least 12, 13, 14,
Right.
and that'd be decent. So for me, Antonio,
Where they're finishing?
12.
All right. I think about 12 as well. I think Antonio is the buy. I think that's very good value, and he's always got a goal in him. So I think they'll just finish mid-table. Nothing special about West Ham. Wolves next up. Gogs, you up first. Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Wolverhampton. Was that sorry? Really bad.
Yeah, very terrible.
Wolverhampton. They seem to be the team that Leicester can't beat on a regular occasions. We've had loads of draws with them, and they seem to be. Personally, I think when you look outside the top 6, I think they have the potential to get crashed at by, along with Leicester or we said Everton, pending who they buy. But I think they got Jimenez. Jimenez is, in my opinion, one of the best strikers in the league by a mile.
Yeah.
How many goals he scored last season? 35, including Europa League, whatever it was.
Yeah,
He did hit some high numbers.
He got some good numbers. Then he got Jota right behind him. Jota doesn't get the goals, but he got work rate, and then he got Moutinho in.
It balances as well, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but literally they shouldn't be called Wolves. They should just be called Portuguese FC because that's where all the players come from. But
Porto B.
yeah, but literally, but they're a good team that plays some good football, and plus they're not got no Europa League, so they've got no Europe this season. So really, they can focus on the Premier League, and I think they could gate crash it. So for me, Jimenez is my star buy. Going to get you goals, and I think I'll be changing my bloody positions all the time, but I think I'm going to go 6.
All right.
I know I've changed. I'll put someone else 6, but
Player to watch?
Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Yeah.
So for me, I think Wolves are going to come crashing down to earth, to be honest. I actually think they're not going to have as good a season as they did last season. I think 8th is where I've got them. I think the loss of Doherty, they'll obviously look to replace him. But
They've got Brian Bennett though.
Anyway, Brian Bennett. No comments on him at Leicester. But when I look at players like Adama Traore, I think it's important they keep him. But again, rumours are that they're trying to generate the
Here's a
funds
question:
again.
do you think he is a good player, or do you think he's an overrated player because he has lots of pace? Do you think he is as effective?
I think his end product needs to get better. I think he has massive potential. He's still young. I think
Sorry,
he's
that's
only
my Tinder going off again.
he's 22.
Yeah, personally,
He's had moments.
I think he's overrated. I just think he's pace and power, yeah, which is great.
I just have a really bad feeling they're going to start him at right wing back at the start of the season to cover for Doherty until they replace him.
Yeah,
and if they do that, the player, obviously with Johnny being injured as well, because he's out for a while.
If he could be more effective,
because he should be quality defensive side of things. He should be able to track power press.
If he could be more effective in the last third, he'll get you points and he'll be one of their best players. But I think that's where he struggles. 2 out of 10 crosses going to the box.
Exactly.
Right?
And you imagine him in a squad.
He's like a Damari Gray.
Yeah.
So much potential, but he's not doing it. But the only reason why everyone's been giving him, been brand-nosing him, so to speak, is because of his pace and empowerment. And yes, he has got better, but I just don't think he is the world beater that everyone thinks he is.
All right, ready to see them finishing, and who you picking for fantasy football?
So I've got 8 of them. Player I'm going to pick to start the season is Ruben Vingegaard, the left wing back. He's going to start the season most likely with Johnny being out for so long. And the other one is Daniel Podence, the 5.5 midfielder. I have a feeling, again, if they don't get a replacement for Doherty, he's going to end up playing up top as part of the 3 with Adama Traore playing right wing back.
Is that your Tinder now?
All right.
No, that's my text on WhatsApp.
Right. All I need to do is find out.
Married.
If I buy Vingegaard, I just need to find a player called Salt, and boom, you got Salt and Vingegaard in midfield. It's genius. I think that's a good plan, right? Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm saying 7th.
You just saw it coming, didn't you?
7th, and Jimenez is class, but because I've got Harry Kane in there already, I think I'm going to go with Adama Traore, and he could have a big move in him as well, right? So upside there. But we're going to go into detail on our own fantasy football teams next week with the final sort of preview of the season, and we'll go through our teams and maybe some betting tips next week as well for the opening game, a few accumulators.
Yeah.
So look forward to that one. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Arrivederci.